What if animals were hiding secrets bigger than anything we've ever known? Watch until the end, because what you're about to witness might rewrite the very rules of nature. Inshallah. Number 10. The Arctic Tern. The endless summer that shouldn't be possible. Imagine a creature no bigger than your hand, flying across the entire planet and back again every single year. The Arctic Tern's journey from the Arctic to the Antarctic is the longest migration ever recorded, over 50,000 miles annually. But recently, scientists noticed something off. GPS tracking showed a group of terns making erratic detours through magnetic storm zones, flying in tight spirals for hours with no explanation. Brace yourself, because this next twist will freeze your blood. One tern, tracked by a Norwegian team, flew into a solar storm region over the North Atlantic and then vanished from radar. No remains, no trace. Weeks later, it reappeared thousands of miles away, but flying in the opposite direction. Its body temperature was lower than normal. Its brain scan showed temporal disorientation. It didn't just lose its way. It may have lost its sense of time. What if this bird doesn't just follow the sun? What if it's following something else? And if birds are shifting, what about the predators of the deep? Number 9. Orcas. The killers that teach, learn, and judge. Orcas are intelligent. You already knew that. But what scientists discovered in the southern oceans is something beyond intelligence. It's social evolution. Pods in Patagonia intentionally beach themselves to catch sea lions. It's suicidal behavior, except it isn't. The mothers teach it to their young. Not once, not twice, but through structured training sessions. Now listen closely, because this next fact will send chills through your spine. Get ready for a shocking twist. This will blow your mind. In 2022, drone footage recorded 3 different pods, using completely different hunting methods on the same prey species within 50 miles of each other. That's not instinct. That's culture. But then came something horrifying. A pod off the coast of Spain began ripping off rudders of passing yachts systematically. No food involved, no provocation. Just one chilling pattern. The pod attacked only boats with white hulls. The same color as the vessel that killed one of their calves in 2021. Orcas don't forget. And worse, they may be organizing. Number 8. Lyrebird. The living recorder of a dying world. In the dense forests of Australia, a small bird sings, not its own song, but the cries of others. Chainsaws, camera shutters, car alarms, and now, the voices of animals long gone. Researchers recently recorded a lyrebird mimicking a sound no one recognized. A low growl followed by a chirping melody. It matched no known species. Until an ornithologist remembered a recording from 1933. The extinct two-lach wallaby. A match. Perfect. Pay attention. I'm about to reveal a twist that will change everything. That means this bird is singing a song it hasn't heard in nearly 90 years. Memory passed from bird to bird, generation after generation, echoing the voices of the extinct. But one night, motion sensor audio picked up a different sound. The cry of a newborn wallaby. There was no animal in sight, no heat signature. Just the lyrebird, watching and singing. Number 7. Sperm whales. Secrets in the deep that are not meant for us. They're the largest toothed predators on Earth, and they speak. Sperm whales use clicks called codas. Fast, rhythmic signals with dialects, pauses, even what seems like syntax. In 2021, a group of linguists and marine biologists started Project CETI to decode them. Progress was steady until they detected an anomaly. One pod used a new code never heard before. Long, slow clicks, followed by total silence. Here comes a revelation that changes everything. Researchers played back the recording through underwater speakers. Suddenly, all sperm whales within range went completely silent for 12 hours. When they returned, their patterns had changed. The pod restructured. Younger whales left their groups and migrated 2,000 miles away, with no known cause. Some experts believe the whales were delivering a message. Not to us, to each other. A warning, or something worse. Number 6. Chimpanzees. Medicine, murder, and mystery in the jungle. Chimpanzees are our closest relatives. We've seen them use sticks as tools, crack nuts with rocks, even mourn their dead. But in Uganda's Kibale forest, scientists observed something unprecedented. A chimp with a deep wound wandered into a grove, grabbed a specific plant, chewed it, and applied the foam directly to the wound. That's not luck. That's nearby medicinal knowledge. It's called zoopharmacognosy, self-medication in animals. But here's the eerie twist. Brace yourself. This next revelation is deeply unsettling. The plants being used by chimps? Some are toxic to humans. Yet chimpanzees not only apply them, but teach their young how to find and prepare them. One chimp was seen applying a paste to another's injury, treating another individual. That's not instinct, that's medicine. And then came a darker finding. Researchers noticed chimps avoiding a certain patch of forest. When they finally entered it with camera traps, they saw it. A tree surrounded by small piles of bones. Not prey, not leftovers. Other chimpanzees. A place not of survival, but of ritual. Number 5. Elephants. The silent revolution of memory and revenge. They are majestic, emotional, and deeply intelligent. But you're about to discover a side of elephants that has remained hidden until now. In India and parts of Africa, elephant attacks on villages have surged. With one strange commonality, they often happen years after a villager harmed or displaced an elephant. In Odisha, India, a woman was trampled during a funeral procession by an elephant that had attacked her house weeks earlier, and then returned for her after she was already dead. Coincidence? Science said yes, until more cases surfaced. Pay close attention. A disturbing twist is about to shake everything you thought you knew about elephants. GPS collars tracked a matriarch leading her herd hundreds of miles to the exact location of an old railway line, abandoned for over a decade. There she stopped, trumpeted once, waited. 3 days later, her entire herd flattened a small station once used to transport ivory. There were no humans, no immediate benefit. Just a message. Elephants don't forget. But maybe, now, they don't forgive either. And now, they may be planning. Number 4. The Saola, ghost of the Annamite Mountains. It's called the Asian unicorn, though it has 2 horns. The Saola was first discovered in 1992, and then vanished. No confirmed sightings, no photos, just hoofprints, whispers, and shadowy images. Until 2013, when a motion camera caught it on film for a split second in Laos. But that's not the twist. In 2020, an expedition disappeared. In the Annamite Mountains, no distress signal, no gear found. When local villagers went searching, they found the camera traps still there. But the SD cards had been removed. All but one. What was on that last card left experts speechless. A blurred image of a Saola, standing upright, not walking like a human, but balancing momentarily on 2 legs, before falling into the darkness. Scientists said it must have tripped or jumped, but a herpetologist noticed something else. It was holding a leaf. No one believed it. Until a week later, that same species of leaf was found, wrapped and folded in the same shape, outside their tent. This isn't just a lost animal. It may be watching back. Number 3. Crows. The black-winged codebreakers. Crows are smart. That's old news. But in Tokyo, a group of crows began doing something completely unexplainable. They weren't just using tools. They were placing objects, coins, stones, wrappers, in exact shapes. Perfect triangles, squares. One time, a pentagram. At first, it was dismissed, until they repeated the exact same shapes in different locations across the city on the same day. Then came the chilling moment. Get ready, because what I'm about to reveal will haunt you. A university student tracked a murder. Yes, that's what a group of crows is called. And notice they gathered near train stations, before every major earthquake. How? No one knows. But even more terrifying. One morning, hundreds of crows surrounded a primary school in silence. Teachers thought nothing of it, until a gas leak was discovered, minutes later. If not for the evacuation, it could have been catastrophic. So what does this mean? Are crows simply smart, or are they predicting death? Number 2. The octopus. Escapes, dreams, and conscious thought. Everyone's heard that octopuses are escape artists. They slip through the smallest cracks, unscrew jars from inside, and change colors in the blink of an eye. But recent studies go far beyond cleverness. In a research facility, one octopus named Inky escaped his tank, slid across the floor, and vanished into the ocean drain. But what happened to his cousin is even more shocking. At night, one octopus was filmed changing color in its sleep, mimicking patterns of coral, predators, and even humans. Scientists believe it was dreaming. Then something strange happened. Hold on tight, because this next fact may make you rethink consciousness itself. A researcher once shined a flashlight into the tank repeatedly at night. The next morning, his car windshield was covered in nitrate slime. Security footage showed the octopus ejecting itself briefly onto the lab counter, grabbing a tube of saline and spraying it upward at the security camera before returning to its tank. If true, this means the octopus 1. Identified its tormentor. 2. Planned retaliation. 3. Covered its tracks. Is this intelligence? Or is it something closer to revenge? Number 1. Snow leopards. Ghosts. That watch from the peaks. They are nearly invisible. The snow leopard, known as the ghost of the mountains, has been captured only a handful of times on camera, blending perfectly with the Himalayan landscape. But here's the part that no one expected. In 2023, high-altitude drones recorded a snow leopard moving toward a group of trekkers, without stalking, without hiding. Just walking, then stopping, and staring, for 9 straight minutes. Now brace yourself, because this next twist will destroy your perception of these cats. The leopard returned. 3 nights in a row, staring at the same tent each time. When the team finally reviewed their footage, they discovered something terrifying. The person in that tent had worn a fur-lined jacket made from an old pelt, possibly snow leopard. The animal wasn't hunting. It was mourning. Snow leopards, it turns out, may recognize the scent of their dead, and they might not be alone. The final mind-blowing animal. Fact. You made it to the end. Now it's time for the secret I promised you. In 2021, a massive AI trained on millions of animal sounds picked up a pattern from ocean hydrophones, deep under the Pacific. It wasn't whale song, it wasn't natural, it was language. A 17-second repeating pattern resembling grammar, pauses, rhythm. The source? Unknown. Location? 300 meters below where any known creature lives. Some experts call it coincidence. But one biologist whispered this: if animals are communicating more than we think, maybe they're already speaking. We just haven't learned to listen.